Hey there, guys. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Time is around 3 a.m. here in Dhaka. Doing two videos today. Hopefully, you're doing good. You're in good health and in good, place in life. That's always a prayer that I do for you if you're watching me. Second thing is I want to do like two videos. So first episode is going to be about fragrances. Second episode, I have two topics on mind. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but it's going to be morning thoughts. It's like one of the videos some of you like, and they say you actually like me for these videos. So it means a lot because that is something I do like from my humane side. Means outside my fragrance work, I sometimes talk about life and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. So the first episode I have 10 fragrances. 10 fragrances are all underrated, less talked about, and not hyped. Okay, these are I think I'm gonna title them like non-hype fragrances, which are very good, something like that. So these fragrances I reviewed in the past. These are, some of them are very old, some of them are okay, but nothing is like really latest. Okay, some of them from back in the time. So I find in the like a crowd of many new flankers, Lamal, Invictus. I mean, just giving you a few names, Eros. They're just doing nothing really new. They're just like doing flankers after flankers, and sometimes when you buy it for $150, $200, I just see like it is like a niche pricing, so you get disappointed. So looking back in time, some of the fragrances you can score for very good prices, which is good. Okay, so let's go one by one. And mind you, some of these fragrances may not be like mass appealing. Okay, so first fragrance I'm going to talk about is this one. Yeah, this is a scary one in the community. This is called Gray Flannel, and this is by Geoffrey Beene. There are, I think there is one more, maybe sport version or something. There's one or two flankers. This fragrance has a lot of history. When I started my journey with me and also the community, I think there was a time back in the days, there was a glorious time of reviewers talking about fragrances like OGs, Mark, Greggy Boy, these legends. So Sebastian Zara, Steven, even Jeremy at that point, Max 40. These are our OG reviewers and many others. So that time they used to send each other fragrances from Canada to USA, US to Canada. Like I think it was one of the videos I saw, maybe Dan, my maker Smith, sent a sample to Mark. I could be wrong. And that was like the most unwearable, scary fragrance community, which is this. So why am I talking about it? This is actually not very easy to wear, and it's a very dated DNA. This fragrance is so weird. First of all, if you see the bottle, if you are into drinking, I mean, if you know red wine, like from Australia, there's like Jacob's Creek, or there's Shiraz, those are the affordable ones, good quality ones. So this looks like the typical wine bottle, and I think this is 100, more than 100 ml, 100 something ml. Okay, these are 100, man, my probably 120 ml. So this first thing is interesting about this is that wine shaped bottle, and there actually is sort of like a wine accord in there. It's a very mossy green. I think there are a lot of notes: florals, rose, even this iris. Okay, there's maybe violet leaves. A lot of this complexity in this perfume, which makes this fragrance a very interesting one to study. It's kind of like those, not novelty, but I would like to say like those fragrances that you, even if you don't get it, like Chanel number 5, not everybody can wear it, but it has its respect. So this one, I feel there's a little bit of Chanel number 5, something in there, the florals perhaps makes it very interesting. So the iris in this is not like Dior Intense, but this perfume, I wear it in winter. The dry down is very warm, cozy, and inviting, and something that you enjoy, like Zino Davidoff. I compared that with this little bit of the vintage feel. So if you like that, you can definitely check it out. Gray Flannel, and it's not definitely that expensive. It comes with a nice pouch, very interesting and affordable fragrance. Check it out if you are into the game for something complex. See, it's gonna be like one of those days, talk a lot. So I'll tell you in the second video why I'm a little bit positive. Second fragrance I'm going to show you is Azzaro Puro. So if you see, there is not much of a dent in this perfume. There are two reasons for it. Okay, I don't reach for this that often, especially in summer. This is something I enjoy mostly in early days of fall, and this is one of the more newer versions. I do have a semi-vintage version. I go and check my review, see. So this particular version is new and it's more wearable. They amped up the orange, I think reduced the cinnamon and some of the other spices. It's a spicy masculine fragrance with maybe touch of a barbershop. So this is known to be regarded as one of the best barbershop perfumes, like Paco Rabanne Purom, Drakkar Noir, DNG masculine. I think there's a I think Dolce & Gabbana, one of the fragrances, that white with the zebra. I think maybe by, I don't remember what that was, but there are other big names in that barbershop category. This is one of them, like vintage one. So this one, it's actually like now more reachable, and it's still not that expensive. $45 you can get this now here, and in US you can get it cheaper. But yeah, still got that, you know, vintage feel. Again, I talk about fragrances like Safari by Ralph Lauren. This one is the same family. So this one, why I talk about it, it's also nice for the early days of fall, and you need a very particular mood to wear this. Let's say the leaves are falling and you see the weather is changing a little bit and it's like relaxing, no longer hot and humid, and you just are in good mood, you know, the same days you wear Seek Eternity. Okay, this is the kind of like a nostalgic weekend perhaps. Okay, so this is an interesting perfume, but I'm waiting for winter to arrive. Hopefully if I'm here I will wear this. So Azzaro Purum, one of the classiest fragrances from back in the time. And number 3 or number 8 is gonna be this another class act. This is from House of Aramis, and this is 900. And the whole bunch from this line, I reviewed almost everything. I think there are 2 left, maybe, or 1 left. There are like 7 or 8 from this gentleman collection. I think it's called gentleman collection, something like that. And there's some of them are so good, and this is one of them. It is very underrated. There's a rose, prominent rose in there, but there's other players as well. So this one, it gives you like a rose yet a green stem, if you imagine that, or some florals, carnation or something like that. It gives that rose feel, but it's also a little bit fruity and it's a little bit citrusy. Got this old school style lemon, which is very beautiful. This is something I wear throughout the year. Very gentlemanly perfume, and it's wearable rose. Some people go gaga over buying a niche, like I want the rose absolute, I want Turkish rose, this and that. There were fragrances which used to be 30, 25, 30 bucks back in the days. People didn't really care for it unless you were an OG. If you're an OG, you would know this line. Okay, it's a very gentlemanly perfume. I highly recommend this. Aramis 900. I think you can wear this. Best would be maybe early days of fall, but also summer can be used. Number 7. This is more of a newer perfume, not latest, but newer, which is called Shiyaaka Red. And I forget the house. It's Khadlaz. I think the Khadlaz perfumes or something like. Wait, let me see if it's written. It's Khadlaz Shiyaaka or Shiyaaka by Khadlaz, either way. So I do have the blue version and the red one. The blue one was okay. Like it's sweet. It's more like a sweet perfume, like a fresh blue sweet. This is a straight up beast. And if you love Amouage Reflection Man, my bottle is finished. I'm thinking like I should get a backup or new bottle. I just keep this much juice, like 5 ml hardly, for, you know, remembrance. I do have also near me. Yesterday I was wearing this. This is Reflection 53, I think. Yeah. So these ones, I really love that DNA. First time I got, let me tell you, Reflection, I was not very impressed. They said it's more niche version of Lamal. I don't really see it like that, but there's definitely some sort of the dreamy, powdery vibe, but they are very different, like type of fragrances for me. Lamal is more like a dating night, flirty, very crowd pleasing, but Reflection Man is complex. It's a clean lavender perfume and got spices, but it's very expensive. So if you like those DNA and you want something affordable, this is the one. This is so good. And I'll tell you, very affordable. This line is very affordable. In US, I have seen as cheap as 15 bucks. But in our country, it's more like 25. So these are heavy bottles, very nice. And if you like, simply as I say, if you know Reflection, this is a very good interpretation of that. But it is a little bit synthetic. Obviously, we expect that from this price range, but very good, very underrated. Shiyaaka Red. So number 6, I'm going to show you. It's an underrated fragrance. Nobody talks about it. Nobody. And this is Seek Eternity Night. Okay. So Seek Eternity, Calvin Klein, has a lot of flankers. This uncountable or unlimited, you know, countless flankers. I did review, I think 10, 15, I don't remember, from Eternity line. And I will not say I love Eternity line. I like. Okay. These are not like huge love. The Perfume, EDP, and then Aqua is good. Some of the flankers really stand out, but I remember there was one that had iris smell, similar to DHI. This one, some people say similar to Fierce by Abercrombie. I can see where they're coming from. There's certain aspect, certain angle. This one gives that vibe, and it's cheaper than Fierce, like 1/3 of the price. But it also similar to in that perspective, like Mont Blanc Legend, but this is not that heavy on lavender. This is more like, I would say, interesting take on like Fierce at this point is very boring. This one has violet leaves, some little bit of spices, some warmth. I think, I don't know, plum, pimento. Yeah, the spices of pimento or paprika, as per Fragrantica, and then lavender. Yeah, okay, clary sage, vetiver. But this fragrance is very gentlemanly. It's good for night out, and I think this fragrance is very underrated. Got decent longevity, not beast, but it's a good perfume. Check it out, Seek Eternity Night. These fragrances will be a bit hard to find, you know, like nowadays, because these are limited time release. So number 5 and number 4 are from the same house. Let me show you what they are. I got them for, like, really, I got these fragrances not by any hype. I bought them on me, like my personal quest. So this is called Diesel Fuel for Life, and this one comes with a very wicked bottle. I really like the way this is like, reminds me of Poncho or cowboy films. You know, it has a bottle in there. So this one has this nice little pouch, or rather like a jacket, or whatever you call that, poncho perhaps. So this one also has a spirit version, which I really look for, hard to find. That is very sweet, similar to 1 million-ish, but this is like uniqueness. Back in the days, perhaps it was the trend of sweet raspberry. This one perhaps has some other notes, but mostly what I get is a very like a candied sort of raspberry, very loud, very sweet, but also the base is a little bit different. There's just nothing like it so far in my collection. So this one, when I smell it, I can tell you, this one, it reminds me of fragrances like, how do I say, Lolita Lempica or Masculine. It's from the same like time, right? And this is going to be really good for clubbing still. If you wear this right now, nobody's going to smell like you. And this is very hard to find now. And the prices have gone really high. Back in the days, just 35, 40 bucks, okay? So this is a good fragrance to wear. Check out my full review on Diesel Fuel for Life. This also used to come with 125 ml, good value. The next one I love more is Only the Brave, okay? The Fist. I don't know if there are multiple bottle size. I think I have a 75 ml here. Maybe there's bigger or smaller bottles. So this was back in the days. It was way ahead of its time. If this was released right now, I would call this like a elder brother of Sauvage, if it just released. And it's so nice. This was my days in 2008, 9, I think I remember exactly. Back in the days when I was a student, I got this as a gift. And I used to wear this like a lot, but I could not tell, like Lacoste, Purong, this ones were in my collection. And I finished the bottle and I had good memories of it. It has leather, it has some freshness. I don't know, like there is something about this fragrance again, like I don't have anything like it in my collection. I haven't worn it in a while. So it's a fresh, you can say, like, you know, like if you know Mont Blanc Individual, if you never smelled this one, imagine like Mont Blanc Individual, if it has a fruity note, it has some freshness at the base, there is some leather and an ambery touch, and it's a very like a different kind of fragrance. Like when you wear it with the denim jeans and t-shirt, it'd be perfect. Okay, so good for everyday usage, and I think this works really good all year round, but in winter it'd be good. Diesel, and I think it's called Only the Brave. The flankers are okay, not groundbreaking. This is good. So number 3 all the way to number 1. Number 3 is this one, my favorite. This is Guess Seductive Homme Blue. Seductive Homme Blue. So this one has very nice bottle, very cheap price tag. I got this I think for under $30, $30-$35. And the bottles are not really that great quality. Okay, I'll just tell you, like, if you close it, the lid's supposed to stay, right? You can do this all day and it moves. If you put it in a box, like, boom, it falls. But that's not an issue. This is a very good alternative to YSL La Nuit de l'Homme, Blue Electric, which is like a more modern blue take, a more beast mode of an old vintage La Nuit de l'Homme. You can get most of the notes of Blue Electric in this, but it's missing that cardamom, strong cardamom. But apart from that, so good as a fragrance on its own. You know, I just love wearing this. The Caprice, I think Nashama Caprice, that was a very good clone, but this is also not bad. Really, really nice. And this one perhaps has a little bit of a like a synthetic cardamom note, which I like, but it's more sweet, more crowd pleasing. Definitely check it out. Guess is a underrated house, and this fragrance actually you can get 2-3 bottles, you can overspray. Okay, so Guess Selective Blue. Number 2, this perfume, I'll tell you, this house is the most overlooked, like not overlooked, like nobody cares for this house. In Bangladesh, at least, I don't see people talking about Kenneth Cole. Kenneth Cole has some good fragrance, you know. So Kenneth Cole's like Rexe, RSVP, Reaction, I think a few other ones like I think there's Kenneth Cole Black, which I really enjoyed. This is on the flankers. Kenneth Cole Copper Black, I think, yeah. I smelled this one day in one of the shops, okay? And this is not very exciting bottle, but the juice color is very rich, like Dolce & Gabbana, the 1 EDP. When I see it, I'm like, I have everything in that shop, okay, in my collection. And usually the shops do not have huge collections here. So I said, what is left? I'm bored, I want to buy something. And I tried this. And let me tell you, this fragrance is so underrated. It's beautiful sweetness. If you go gaga over this kind of fragrances, let me show you. I'm going to make the video a little bit long, don't mind, because I'm in a good mood to talk. After a long time, I'm feeling a little bit better, okay? If you see these, okay, kind of like the same, right? Even this one is darker than this. This is Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. That one has iris. where you can see the DNA of Dior Intense meets pure malt. This one is not like pure malt. This one has green apples, Granny Smith apples, sweet apples, freshness like Boss bottle, but it mixes with a boozy accord of whiskey or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but this one has such a nice sweetness about it. Longevity is nothing to brag about, but I absolutely love the composition. This house deserves more respect, okay? Those who love it, those who own it, they know the value of it. Really, absolutely lovely. You just try it. If you see someone, do not blind buy it, because these ones, you know, fragrance are never safe to blind buy, but Copper Black, check out my review. This one is a good one. That's why it's so high up in the order. I'll finish with this perfume, okay? This fragrance is one of the best ever fresh perfume made by this house of Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc is a house that gets really a lot of bashing because of maybe perhaps Jeremy's obsession about Mont Blanc individual, the raspberry cleaner, you know, like raspberry with something, I forgot that title, but Mont Blanc has some good ones, you know. They don't have huge fragrances in their under their belt, but some of them are so good, and this one I believe is one of the best, okay? And this is called Mont Blanc Star Walker. So this one is released under new packaging, but the bottle stays same, 75 ml. 100 would be good. You can get this for small 50 and 75. Back in the days, 25 bucks only. Now it's more like 35, under 40. But the bamboo note in this, what makes it so special? For a fresh perfume, this one thing is lasts a very decent time. Projection is soft, but it lasts very easily 6 to 7 hours. And it has this fresh, clean, metallic, sweet smell with the citruses, with the bamboo. And it can be compared or drawn conclusion or drawn drawn comparison with Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, Paco Rabanne Pure Excess, no, not Pure, Paco Rabanne Black Excess, and also Versace Menu Fresh. If you like those, I think this is done perhaps by the same perfumer, but this one deserves so much more respect just because it's a cheap perfume or affordable. People like, hey, it's nothing good. If this was a Chanel release, people would buy this. You know, this one, some of the Chanel Dior fragrances do not last. This one outperforms Dior Sport. Just saying, you know. So today's first one, just showing respect, is Mont Blanc Star Walker. Check it out. The new one, I don't know how that one is, but I'll definitely like to review. Thank you so much for watching. Let's do, if possible, second video. Okay. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching, and thanks for keeping me in your prayers. Take care.